379 coming at you here from Douglasville, Georgia. Oh, what a beautiful, lovely morning. I got some new lights in my truck. I don't know if, I think I showed you guys these before. They're these dual revolution LED watermelon lights. They light up red and white. And I actually disconnected this one up here because I got tired of it coming on when I opened the door trying to back in somewhere, and you know how difficult it can be to see when your dome lights are on in your cab. Man, I love this place. Said no one ever. Give you a door to back into. There's no empty door anywhere. Well, there was one, but it wasn't the one they gave me. And this place kind of stinks. I have to blindside in or go down past where I'm unloading at, blindside into another door to turn around so I can back into the door that I'm going into off the site side. It's just not a lot of fun. And you know, and then on top of that, when they give you a door that doesn't exist because there's trailers in it and their yard hostler hasn't moved anything yet, what do? You know, so yeah, I'm just complaining a little bit. It's dark, it's rainy, it's never any fun. But I will say this, I did back into this door first shot. I only had to make a couple little pull-ups for adjustment to get my tractor straight before my trailer started getting all cockeyed. I'm pretty proud of myself today. It normally doesn't happen here. Usually I'm the guy holding everybody up trying to back in here because there's just not enough room. So thank God I was the first one up here into this side of their warehouse to get backed in and didn't have to deal with a bunch of other trucks. Now the only problem is there's trucks starting to roll in here and they have nowhere to go, and I'm probably backed into a door they gave somebody else, because even though they just called me and asked me what door was open and what door I was in, I can almost assure you they probably gave this door to another driver. But that's their problem, not mine at this point. Red light's on, they're getting ready to unload me. So I guess one of the things I wanted to talk about today, I've been dealing with this now for quite a while. I have a broken tooth that I've been dealing with for quite a long time. Oh, hang on, this guy's gonna come ask me 700 questions. No, maybe not. Yeah, here he comes. Let's see what he says.
He told me come to door 61.
Yeah, there's no door. Yeah, there's a trailer.
If the trailer there, just come to door 62.
Well, they told me 63.
Yeah.
And their warehouse guy came out and said back into door 62, so here I am. Yeah, gotta love it. Never changes.
61 still there, now 60.
I'd go down there and tell that hostler driver you need to back into 61 and see if they'll move that trailer, because it's not backed up to the dock all the way.
I have to tell them to move the trailer out.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, there we go. Got to hear some of that conversation. Oh my gosh. So back to what I was talking about. I've been dealing with a broken tooth for quite a while. Been getting away with it not hurting or anything. And finally this week, man, it started hurting like a mother effer. And of course it's infected now, right? So call my doctor. Hey, I'm out on the road. Can you get me a prescription for some antibiotics, some rinse, you know, until I can make it back home to get to the dentist so I can get this stupid tooth pulled. No, your doctor's not in today. You're going to have to wait until our urgent care doctor can get a hold of you. So I waited and waited, and there's an online outfit, Doc Bentley. I'm going to give them a little plug. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I'm going to give them a little plug because this outfit was amazing. I saw it online, and man, that guy needs to slow down to that pickup. Holy cow, he's going to run somebody over. Anyway, saw it online, basically it's a telehealth. You input the information that they ask you, your medical information, things like that. You do a short video of what the problem is, and their doctors review that. And then, like for me, needing a prescription for antibiotics, they went ahead and gave me the antibiotics and some Motrin, some big ass freaking ibuprofen, like Marine Corps style ibuprofen, and had my prescription within like 30 minutes after that. Went and picked it up at a Walmart there locally where I was, and no problem. So thank you, Doc Bentley, for helping me out. I really appreciate that. But that was something I wanted to bring up. What do you guys do when you're out here? There's some truck stops. I know like the Iowa 80 has a dentist that's on call. I don't know what it costs to have that guy come in and do anything, but how many of you guys have dealt with that, man? I mean, there's nothing more miserable than being out in the truck, away from home, with a toothache. That is the worst, absolute worst thing ever. 2003, I had the same thing, and I've got one on this side up on the top that's, the tooth is gone now. And man, I'd say it got abscessed. It wasn't broken or anything. That tooth just got infected. So I went to the dentist. It was on like a Wednesday, and he's like, "Nah, I can't do anything with it, man. We got to get you on antibiotics." He said, "But if you get on it now, and you take like 3 of these over the next, or 4 of these over the next 48 hours," he said, "I can get in there and I can get it out. Well, it'll break the infection enough I can get that tooth out." So Thursday, I'm headed for Seattle, Washington, out of Spokane. And don't hit my truck. My goodness, man. Some of these local guys, I don't know what they think. But sorry, I keep getting distracted here because guys are just not thinking when they're doing stuff. So I go see the dentist, and he tells me to just go ahead and take the antibiotics, and we'll see him on Friday. Well, Friday morning at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I am sitting in Seattle waiting to unload Tacoma, actually. No, I was in Seattle. I was pulling flatbed at the time, and I could not sleep. It hurt so bad. I had a little tiny spring clip that I kept all my papers together with, and I got that on that tooth, and I just kept wiggling it, and it hurt, man. I finally got it loose enough that I could pull it out, and I pulled that freaking tooth out. Oh, the relief. It felt so good. Until about 1 o'clock the next afternoon, I was on my way back home, and it just, like that, lit up, man. My whole face swelled up, my cheek turned bright red, and just insane amount of pain. The only good thing is I had the dentist appointment at 3:30. So at about 2:45, I'm actually sitting in his office because I hurried up and I was almost home at that point. And he's like, "You pulled that out?" I said, "Yeah, I couldn't stand it anymore, so I pulled it out." And he goes, "Well, let's x-ray it." And there was a tiny little piece of the root still broken off in my jaw. That instead of it being like $100 extraction and about 30 minutes in the dentist chair, turned into almost $400 in 3 hours. Because they literally had to go in and do surgery to dig out that last little piece of root. So don't pull your own teeth, drivers. You're not a dentist. You don't get paid to do that. It's bad thing. It's bad policy. So this one I've been putting off because it hasn't been hurting. I've been dealing with it for almost a year now. But finally, what was left of the filling fell out of it. It's the old amalgam fillings. They're kind of soft, and they end up getting pushed down. It actually breaks your teeth. They're finding that those old fillings are not really good for your teeth. And instead of getting it fixed back in November like I should have, because I didn't want to spend $1,000, I just kept putting it off. So here I am now dealing with this 2,500 miles from home. And I still got a whole another week and a half yet before I get there. So I'm hoping go through this bout of antibiotics. I can get back. It'll get me through to get home and get this tooth pulled. But what do you guys do when you have something like that happen? You know, I mean, are you guys finding dentists on the road? Are you having any trouble with that? Or when you really need to get medical help, you know, for something fairly minor, you know, I mean, I'm not talking like surgery or anything, you know, broken limbs and that. But how much difficulty have you guys found in getting care? I mean, over the years, you know, doing this for as long as I have, there's been more than a few instances where I've had to find a clinic, you know, a walk-in clinic to get stuff taken care of. And typically it's just a giant pain in the butt because you got to find a place to either leave your truck and get a taxi cab or an Uber. You know, the last time I did this, when I had to go see a doctor, Uber wasn't a thing, so I had to find a taxi. Couldn't get a taxi where I was at. Ended up having to pay to drop my trailer in a yard at another trucking company because, you know, God forbid they let their competition, we weren't even competition to them because I was pulling a reefer at the time and they were a flatbed company, but whatever. You know, to leave my trailer there so I could go to the clinic, and then if it wasn't out of there within 24 hours, I had to pay X amount of dollars. I mean, it was just a giant pain in the butt for just something that really wasn't major. Yeah, I guess that's kind of my thing. You know, what do you guys do? What have you had your experiences with things like that? So like I say, overall, this deal with this Doc Bentley website, I don't know, they've got to be legitimate doctors to write a prescription. And I think with a situation like with an abscess tooth, you know, I think most doctors should just be, you know, you're getting antibiotics. You're not asking for painkillers or anything, because we're truck drivers. Who on earth is going to go, oh yeah, I need some OxyContin so I can drive my truck all stoned? Yeah, I mean, that just seems like a bad idea. Nobody was asking for that. I just needed antibiotics and some ibuprofen, you know, which I didn't ask for the prescription for that. They just wrote it. And you know, I mean, that's really cool, and I'm very grateful for that we have that ability now. 30 years ago, we didn't have those kind of things. We didn't have telehealth. We didn't have websites that we could go to. You know, you were just kind of SOL. And be careful with that stuff, guys. Don't just put up with the pain. There was a driver that worked for us for System Transport back in the mid-90s that had an abscess tooth, let it go so long, he was actually coming down off a Lookout Pass headed west and blacked out from the infection. It put him in the hospital for like a week. It was so bad it affected him and it made him black out, and he wrecked his truck and almost killed somebody. King Tut died from an abscess tooth. You know, I mean, that infection can kill you, and it's not very far to your brain. I know most of us, our brains aren't as big as what maybe they should be, being truck drivers and all, but it still finds its way in there, and you can end up with, you know, stupid crap like blood poisoning and stuff. So, you know, just be very careful with that. You know, if you get hurt, keep an eye on it. You know, if you get cut or something out here and something bad happens, you know, be very, very careful. Don't just put that stuff off. You know, get in and get it taken care of right away. Take care of your health. Super important. You know, when I was younger, I really can live up to the old adage of, man, if I'd known I was going to live this long, I probably would have taken better care of myself. But you know, when we're young, we don't think much about that. We just go and go and go and go. And then we get older like I am now, and all that crap that we let go catches up with you. You know, shoulder injuries, back injuries, knee injuries. I've had it all, and I'm still dealing with it, and it gets worse as I get older. Thank God I'm in better physical shape now, I think, than I have been in the last 10 years, actually. But I have a back issue that, if I'm not careful, can just cripple me up, usually for about a week to 2 weeks. It's miserable. I have 2 compressed discs in my back that every once in a while allow nerves to get pinched, and man, oh man, dude, that's like a toothache in your back. It's miserable. Those are two things I think that are the worst pains a guy can have out on the road: back pain and a toothache. I used to suffer from migraines. I still do once in a while. I don't get them out here on the road. I got them more when I was home every day. I think it was more stress induced. But if you guys deal with that, man, you know what I'm talking about. And true migraines, like nauseous dizziness, you know, losing some vision in your eyes migraine, not just a bad headache. Those are no fun. Those are scary, you know, because you start thinking, am I having a stroke? Am I having an aneurysm? What's going on, you know? But take care of yourselves, guys. Be careful too, like driving, you know, with your skin. I've got some spots on my arm that my doctor keeps an eye on. We haven't had to really worry. Nothing's grown or anything, but you know, from all the years of sitting in the truck, no sunblock, they don't allow us to have tinted windows to keep the sun off of us, you know, the side of your face, all that. I'm a big opponent of lotions. I hate lotions, hate sunblock, but some of you guys are good about this. Most of us are not. We're just manly men. We don't believe in that crap. Hell, there's a lot of guys out here who don't even believe in taking a shower and deodorant. So, you know, let alone putting sunblock on. But take care of yourselves. You know, just be good to yourself and wear sunblock. Take care of your skin. Eat healthy as you can. Self-control. You know, I see a lot of guys out here that are, you know, morbidly obese, and that same guy you'll see come out of the truck stop with a bag full of junk food and 255-gallon drum-sized cups full of soda. That is not good, man. That's not healthy. That's bad. And sorry, I'm watching this rookie hostler driver try to get around my long truck. Got it. He's in good shape. So, you know, just be good to yourselves, guys. Sorry, I don't know how many of you guys really get into this situation like this, you know, but my dumb truck sticks out like 12 feet past where everybody else's would normally anyway. So I really watch, because it would be super easy for somebody to screw up and back into my truck. But anyway, everybody, take care. I've rambled on long enough. I'm gonna go watch this guy back in so he doesn't back into my truck. Y'all take care, be safe out there, keep the shiny side up, the greasy side down, and we'll catch you on the flip-flop. See ya.